Okay, this video is to show how to put vinyl wrap on your lawn care truck or any business truck. This here is a 1997 Dodge Ram. We're going to start by taking our vinyl here. I'd recommend getting some magnets. These are just some cheap ones off of Amazon. I go here, find where I want it. Place it where I want it. Put on the magnets. We've got a bunch of magnets. You don't have to use this many, but we have them, so we're using them. Okay. We got this where we want it. We're going to flip half of it back. So we'll flip half of it back here. Because of it being on a bend, it don't like to flip back easy. It wants to have a contour bend to it. So now, you want to separate the white backing from it. Have a knife within reach. I like to put that in the middle. Do one half at a time. Continue to pull it back. Pull this half almost all the way up to the magnets. Take your knife, score this. I don't worry about too much. I try to go lightly so I don't scratch it. But if I do, it's not that big of a deal. When you just rip this stuff unevenly, it gets the, I don't know, the paper in between, and then it wants to stick to your decal, which isn't good. So I'd rather accidentally have just a tiny bit of paint scratch than that. So now you'll take this lightly, get it started, and work it up and down. Up and down. Just a little bit at a time. So now you'll take this and you'll work it back and forth to work any air or whatever out and to get the lettering and everything to stick. So work it back and forth. Even a Bondo tool will do. This one here is meant for this. It's got a little bit of coating here to keep you from scratching stuff up so much. So I go over it a couple times. Make sure it's good and adhered to it. Now, I'll pull my magnets off. So now, we'll take this other half and flip it back. So when you cut it, you'll be doing yourself a favor to cut it evenly to save from this thing ripping your vinyl or whatever. So you pull it back enough so it gets all the white backing to go this way. Be careful because I have ripped these before. And you pull this half off. If you can help from not touching your lettering and just touching the clear, you'd be better off. So now this is folded, and that can be the hard part. So we'll try and get this flipped back over. And now you'll just continue to work this up and down, just a little at a time. Just a little at a time. Okay, I've got it all to stick. I'm going to work this side in just like we did the other side. Working up and down, up and down, up and down. Okay, once you know you've got a good bond, we'll take this here, go and peel back a little bit of the clear. So right there, our tail's wanting to come with it. We're going to go over to this side and start working this clear off. Once you got a corner of it, go nice and easy. Work it a little at a time. All right, and that takes care of that one. Okay, so this here, you'll kind of look to see if you see any bubbles or anything in it. Looks like we're pretty blessed on this one. A little in there. If you have to and you see a bubble, just take your knife, look for any, and if you have one, I'm not seeing them here, but you'd take this, you'd poke it, and you'd work that air out of it in that spot. And that's how you get that one. So we're going to move on to the back decals here. We've gotten a lot of our decals. We've gotten some from KM Graphics. This one's here from Ninja Transfer. The ones on the back are going to be from Custom Lettering, or I forget. So I'm going to take this camera here and we're going to adjust it to the back. Okay. So we're going to go here. Take a magnet and stick on. I like to work off the back and go from there. So get this even. Put one magnet on each side. I think we're still a little close to that end, so I'm going to bring it down this way just a bit. So you take some, cut in the middle. Now I got them in the middle. I'll take and work anything out of this side for us. Magnet off a minute. Set it back. Go over here. Work this side. Pull the magnet off. Set it back. Okay. Now we're going to start over on this side. So we'll pull this magnet. Come out here. We'll separate the white back. So when you pull this lettering, you want to pull it straight back like that. There you go. Store this. So now, we start working this just a little bit at a time. Starting out can be the tough part. And you're on a curved contour, so it can be tough. So you're going to go and start working that a little up and down, back and forth, a little at a time. Little at a time. So I always like to go over it about 4+ times. Working it back and forth, working it back and forth. Once you know the lettering's going to stick, you come over here, you pull your magnets, pull the white lettering, pull it back here, pull your white backing, flip it back like that, and pull it back. Now you'll cautiously do this. You don't want this end to stick. You just want to go a little at a time. Little at a time. A little bit. Now, we'll go over that 4 times or so. Back and forth, up and down, up and down, up and down. Back and forth. Work it back and forth and back and forth. Making sure that your lettering sticks to the truck and not the wrap. Okay, so you take and you'll fold this back at an angle, like so, pulling it. Now you'll continue to pull it back like this the whole way. Pulling it off like so. All right. So we're going to go back, looking at this. I'm not seeing any air bubbles, anything off with it. So we're going to take and put our phone number on now. I like to start at the back, keep it even. Find your middle. Put some magnets in the middle. You can also use Scotch tape. You can also use tape. I like to use the magnets instead. So there you go. So I'll take this side and work it. And put it back on. I'll take this side here and work it and put it back on. Okay. So we're going to start on this side here. And pull this magnet. We're going to pull the white backing. So I always like to pull the front from it to get it started. Get it back like so. And always try and pull that straight back. Score the paper. Pull it off. So now, take this here and work it a little bit at a time. A little at a time, up and down, up and down. Up and down, up and down. I'm holding it out in the front, putting it up and down, up and down, up and down. Up and down, working it back and forth. Okay. Take the rest of your magnets off. Pull this side, pull it back, take your white backing off. Pull it right back toward it. Now working it a little at a time. Up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. run it over a few times. I like to run over it at least 4 times. Alright, now we'll take this front and start peeling it back at an angle, straight back toward it. So we keep pulling it at that angle and straight back. Alright, so you pull that off of it. And again, you'll be checking for any bubbles or infections. You're looking pretty good on this one. Okay, so right there is a good way to install lettering, vinyl wrap on your lawn care truck or other business truck, etc. This concludes this video.